All right, it is about 11 o'clock at night, and I'm fixing to wrap it up for the evening. But before I go any farther with these raised beds in here, I wanted to show you all how I'm laying them out. It was a little bit of a debate when I started this as to how to do it, how to fill raised beds. And so let me show you what I did in here. I did this out in the garden area last year, and it worked out really well. So here we are. Okay, I've got a bunch of the expanded shale in here. That's what filled all of these beds because I was doing the aquaponics. And so now I'm kind of changing things up a little. I'll go into that a little bit more in another video, but this is what I did. I got about 4 inches of that expanded shale down there. I'm covering it with burlap. Okay, so there will be 4 burlap bags here that cover that, and that will prevent the soil from filling that area down there in the gravel. And that'll also act like a reservoir, because what I did is I've got this pipe here in the center. That 1-inch pipe there, yeah, that was the drain for when we were doing the ebb and flow with the aquaponics. So I just left it about 6 inches tall as a standpipe there. I've got this to keep the gravel and debris away from that, but I'll be able to fill that up with water if that's how I decide to do this. I can fill that up with water and let it wick up the moisture through that gravel, through the burlap, and into the soil. So 4 inches of gravel, give or take. It's not gravel, it's expanded shale, which all the red wigglers and everything have been living in that. As I dig it out and I'm cleaning it, they've been in there. Anyways, the burlap. Then I came over and I did 6 bags, 6 40-pound bags of just topsoil, dirt. So I opened them up. And then I did a tub and a half of these of compost over top of that. So that's what the real dark matter is. Down here is that topsoil. Okay, so a tub and a half of the compost, and then I went with 4 more bags of topsoil on top. And from here, I'm going to start adding my soil amendments. So I didn't really plan on doing this right this second, but azomite, the micronized, so that'll add mineral. And then let me go out here. I've been cleaning out this greenhouse and changing things up. There will be some triple 13 that I'll put in. Okay, I'll use oyster shell to put calcium back in the soil. And this Mycobliss inoculant, which is like a root growth hormone, I will put that in there. That has done really well with taking my transplants, and they've done really well with that. And then I put in a little bit of this one is Bacto, but I'll just put in some sort of potting soil. Let's see if we can make that Bacto potting soil there. I'll do some of that on top as well, and that'll give me like a good seed bed to be able to just direct seed into these beds. And that tank, I'll go into some of this a little bit more in another video. That tank's still got fish in it. I'm going to use that to irrigate these beds on drip irrigation. That's just a brief walkthrough though on how to fill your beds in the greenhouse. Regardless of whether you're going to use that gravel as a reservoir or not, having the gravel on the bottom will allow drainage for the soil. So if this is an open bottom bed in a garden, you could add gravel to the bottom, so that way that soil can still drain. If they're closed, then do the gravel, or I'm sorry, still do the gravel. And you can drill weep holes in the side just above the gravel is what I did out there in the garden. So I hope you found that useful. Just trying to keep it short and sweet. There's plenty more updates in here. I'm redoing the entire greenhouse. I've been blessed with a super nice structure, and I'm ready to make it work for me. And the way the world is, seems like no better time than the present. So, all right, guys, we'll catch you all on the next one. Mountain Wizard out. See ya.